morning, everybody. This is Johnny S with another R6 vlog. Beautiful day in Greece. It's kind of hot. We got our full equipment on, our safety gear, our summer safety gear. Today's topic is going to be more bike oriented, and we'll have a small chat about, you know, our usual little chit chat update of what's going on. Today's video, I'm going to call it egg sub. Yeah, egg sub valve, I think sounds good. Don't take this video as I'm pretending to be an expert, by no means. This is just things that I have wondered about, I have searched, as anybody can do, and I'm sharing what I have found. You know, nothing special. Anybody can just Google it. Some people have said, if you're old to this channel and you've seen my previous videos, you know what I'm talking about. Just Google it. So my son had a problem lately, and he's much better, so that's on a positive note. I'm trying to fix my backpack. I can't seem to get the left hand side to be the same as the right hand side. I always have that problem in the morning, so I try to adjust it. It seems as if I'm sitting wonky. So yeah, let's have a little bit of an overview. An introduction, sorry. My name is John. As you have guessed, 44 years old, living in Greece. Lived in Australia for many years. I'm an electronic engineer working at an IT company. Married with a young kid, and I've got this YouTube channel doing content about bikes, content about games, and general discussions. So one of these last days I had a comment in one of my videos, and I wanted to mention this as well because, you know, some other people might you know, misunderstand, let's say, or expect something else and get something else. So there was a comment on the video. Basically there was a guy that was saying that, you know, he did not like people making videos and talking about making bike videos and talking about their personal things. Now this type of comment tells you something about, you know, the mental perception of the person making the comment, their standing and their view of things, let's say. But you know, it was the weekend, I had some free time, and it was hilarious because, like I said, it's one of the first comments that I had, not negative comment, the first criticism comment that I had in my channel, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, finally somebody said I was waiting. Somebody made a comment about how I do things. Yeah, So I took the time and I said, and I explained to the guy, that might not always be the case. It depends, you know what I mean? As time passes by, you know, if you get 100 comments, that's not my job. Like I said, I don't pretend to be an influencer. I don't pretend to be, you know, a professional YouTuber. I do this as a hobby. And one of the reasons why I do not consider myself to be a YouTuber, I'm just a guy making YouTube videos, the difference is precisely that. I did not begin this channel to get views. I did not begin this channel to sit and think about what people would like to hear, and therefore I will do the content, you know, as such. I've said it many times, but I think, you know, people are not used to it. I made this channel because of me, okay? So let's get that clear straight off the thing. If I'm not in the mood and I don't like to do something, I ain't gonna do it. It might be the best thing, it might be Jesus Christ, whatever, you know what I mean? That is not to say that I'm not open to suggestions, criticism and so forth. Constructive criticism, that you can say something. Making a comment such as I'm tired of these channels making content about bike and then talking about their life. Next time, don't do it. You know, that's not offering criticism. It's not constructive criticism, at least. It's criticizing. Yeah, okay. And what do I mean by that? Okay, since you're so smart and you know you're tired of all these guys, first of all, and don't get me confused, I'm not in any way kind of like upset, or it's just okay. I mean, he gave me what we call in Greece tin spoda, you know what I mean, and I'll talk about it. It's actually making for more content. You know what I mean, if you think about it. So I don't mind, you know what I mean. It's not that I'm like angry at this guy and I'm going off, and hence the way that I spoke to him also, you know what I mean. It was not out of anger or despite or whatever. Obviously his content has some context, and if it's out of context, it's out of context. But when you say to somebody and it shows, you know, that you're there just to actually comment, first of all, that's a narcissistic approach. And I'm sorry to the guy for calling him a narcissist, but you know, I don't know him, I've got nothing against him, but that's a narcissistic approach. It is, I'm sick of tired of these guys making, like, who the fuck told you that we're here to accommodate your likes? If you don't like it, change the fucking channel. I've said it previously in other videos as well. Change the fucking channel, don't ever fucking watch. Don't ever fucking watch again. How is that going to affect me? Nothing. It's not going to affect me on the slightest. It's literally not going to affect me on the slightest. You know what I mean? And is the channel, that's a general thing, is when you're watching a video on YouTube, the video was not made for you, you know what I mean? Sometimes people, because of this anonymity and all this shit, they get confused. The video was not made for you. The video was just made in general, you know what I mean? For people, for the guy that does the channel, for a bunch of billion reasons. If you don't like something, then change it. To say something, hey, I don't like what you're doing, change it. That's not fucking criticism. Do you have a suggestion, a proper suggestion, you know what I mean? I'm doing vlogs. A vlog is supposed to be like a log. It's a fucking log. It's a daily log. I'm not going to speak only about bike matters, you know what I mean? I'm going to speak about general things, including bikes. If I was like, oh, we're here to see the bike, alright, you've seen the fucking bike. I put it on the side, I've took some footage, and that's it. That's the content of my channel. No, obviously. If that was the case, I would not make a YouTube channel. Fucking stupid. I will not make a YouTube channel, you know what I mean? If that was the fucking point of the goddamn channel, I'll just make showcase videos. I'll put the bike on a podium and I'll just take some footage. I'll spin the bike around and round, and that's it. I will not talk, I will not nothing. No, that's not the point. the point of the vlogs is that, to vlog. And a vlog can be anything. A vlog can be anything. It's a video log. Dear diary, today I woke up and I scratched my ass around 3 times. It was quite itchy. That's a vlog. You know what I mean? So the guy offers no suggestion. He just says, don't do it. Okay, boss. Next time, don't do it. And I also like the way that he speaks. It shows some immaturity, but father στο επόμενο. Ωπα ρε δική μου άμα λάχει να ум. Do you want me? Do you have any suggestions? How do you think I should do it? Do you be specific, not a fucking retard, you know what I mean? None of this hardcore, I'm tired to express things. Yeah, okay, you just wanted to be heard and state your opinion, you know what I mean? Which is moronic, but anyway. How do you want me to do it? Do you want me to not talk about it? What's bothering you on the videos? Is it bothering you the fact that I'm stationary? You want me to take that out of the video? You're expecting something else and didn't get it. Did you not read the fucking title of the video? My job. You don't like my jobs? Close the fucking video. You know what I mean? Suggest things. Suggest. That is a smart ass comment. It's what I was talking about in my other videos, and that's why I redirected him to that thing. That's why I redirected him to another video. I told him, you know, that's purposefully done like this in the channel. It's not supposed to be just by showcasing. In the case you want some more insights, go to that video and see it. Yeah, that other video that I sent it to him talks about 100 fucking things, and all these tied in together. You know what I mean? It talks about smartasses. It talks about how you don't let negative criticism bother you. It talks about, you know, taking in some criticism based on what people say and everything, but what the fuck is this guy doing? It talks about negative criticism. It talks about you know, how not to be a narcissist, how, and most importantly, which that kind of what it seems to me that that's more of what that thing is. It seems to be more of a nihilistic behavior. You know what I mean? The fact that he's saying that, yeah, we know about it, yeah, I'm tired of you and this. That to me seems more of a nihilistic perception in life. If I had to categorize that character, obviously I don't know him, and based on what he's saying and everything, that's where I will put him, you know what I mean? And also there's a YouTube section there which I explain why I'm doing the content that I'm doing, what's it about, and everything. Anyway, I hope that he really did take the time and watch the video instead of offering spastic comments. Now, let's get to our topic. Our topic is back pressure, engine back pressure, exap valve. What's the exap valve? What's it used for? It's used for to create, I will say it simply, an exhaust harmony on the bike. You need the exap valve because there's an effect that's happening on the bike. Which is called scavenging. And like I said, I'm not the expert, the guru, but scavenging is basically when an ignition happens and there's the air back and the exhaust gases are pushed through the exhaust. There's a lot of how can I say, the way that the exhaust is created on specific way is because when those gases hit the exhaust walls, it creates this inward, let's say, how would you call them? It creates this back reflection, let's say, of the gas. So let's say there's an ignition and the gas goes through, it hits the exhaust walls and reflects back some of this pressure, some of this flow, some of this whatever you want to call it. The way that exhaust has been designed in specific ways to better help the flow, in other words, better help that thing. But too much of that will negate the engine power, and that's where the scavenging effect comes in. Having a specific amount of back pressure on the engine is going to help having a specific amount of back pressure on the engine is going to help with clearing out the gases which are within, and that is what we reference to as scavenging. It helps scavenge the leftover gases from the ignition, and that is what we call scavenging. So, you know, Google it, like my friend said. Read up on it, check it out, see what it means, see how it works, to get more information if you like. So that's the whole concept. Now, is this important on the road? No, fuck no. And that's the thing, I think this is where the misconception is. A lot of people read stuff and do things like, what the fuck? Does my bike have an exhaust valve? Yeah, it does. Does it make a difference? Maybe, possibly a slight difference. We're talking about 1-2 fucking horsepower at maximum. Maybe a 1 Newton meter of torque, maybe half, maybe not even. To me, these things don't, you know. Obviously, when a company does this, they have to experiment, and they're always influenced by MotoGP technology, so they bring the MotoGP technology to the road. I don't say don't do it, you know what I mean? Do it. Because at the beginning, it might not be good, and then you evolve it, it might be something good, something great. But don't get overly fixated on these things. Will it make such a big of a difference? No, it's not going to make that much of a difference. It's going to make a slight difference. And in the case that you want to put an aftermarket exhaust, for example, or you're going to do some sort of a modification, then you have to delete the exhaust valve. You know what I mean? So you'll be worried because I'm not going to put a slip-on because I've got the exhaust valve. No. What are you going to do? Buy a slip-on, get in a Akrapovic with an exhaust valve? No. If that was the case, then what didn't Akrapovic make, you know, slip-on exhaust end pipes with exhaust valves on them? Like, it's a silly approach, you know what I mean? Don't get overly focused. Know what it does, know why it's there for. And in my case, when it got a problem and it was not working, I took it to the mechanic, and he told me it's going to cost so and so and so, or you can just unhook it, leave the exhaust motor to turn and believe that it's giving the command. The sensor for the warning light is only on the motor. Luckily, you don't have a problem on the actual exhaust valve motor, because sometimes the motor itself is destroyed and then it tries to give the command and it's not working. He goes to me, I will try to clean it, oil it and grease it in case that there's just a lot of pressure on the exhaust valve, therefore it's unable to turn when the motor turns. He measured the motor as far as voltage and resistance, so everything was good, the motor was okay, but it was faulty. There was a mechanical, basically there was a spring fail on the exhaust valve, you know what I mean? And he told me, for you to change it, you're going to do this and this and this and this, and I thought it was way too much. Way too much. Anyway, we're close to my work, guys. I hope that I helped you with the video, gave you some information about what it's like, whether it's important or not. And we'll talk soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye bye.